Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my camera equipment. I get a lot of questions about my camera equipment. I get a lot of questions about what cameras I use, lighting I use, all of that good stuff. I also get a lot of comments of like how much better my camera quality has, my picture quality has gotten. Trust me, I'm working my way up the ranks of cameras right now, and yeah, so I get a lot of questions about that. So I just wanted to finally share with you guys my camera equipment, what I use, how much things cost, so you guys know what you're getting into if you are looking to get into YouTube, or you're looking to use camera stuff for your business or your photographer, that kind of thing. I think this video would really help. So before we get started, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe and let's just jump into it. First thing I want to say is that everything that I know about cameras, which isn't a lot, is self-taught. So I really researched and watched several YouTube videos. I watched this one YouTube guy, I really like him, super informative. His name is Sean. He has a channel called Think Media. I will link it in the description. He is fantastic at really helping you make a decision on different things, and I usually watch him for, you know, when I want to get a new camera, what kind of camera I should get, like what's the best deal, vlogging cameras, that kind of thing. I'm gonna start off with the camera that I use, because camera and lighting are the two things that I get a lot of questions about. So the camera that I am currently using is the Canon EOS Rebel SL3. So they have the SL2 model, SLR I think, but I think the SL3, I could be mistaken. Hello, this is all new to me. New-ish to me, not really new, but the SL3 I think is the newest version of the camera, and this I find is a really good camera. So what made me choose between this camera was I was watching Sean from Think Media, and he said that this is like a good middle of the road camera when you don't want to go into the Canon 80Ds and like the Canon Mark IIs or whatever they are. They're called like the more higher end cameras. I was debating on getting this camera and the Canon 80D, and I opted out for this, which is because this one is a little bit cheaper at the moment, and I was just looking at ways to save a little bit more money, because I did need several more things attached to this camera that I was like, if I used the money totally on a camera, it would limit me on getting different things. So this camera is a little bit smaller and much lighter than the Canon T3, the T3i series of cameras. This Canon camera is a lot lighter, the body is a little bit smaller, and that's kind of what I wanted. I found that my last camera, which was the Canon, oh my god, I can't remember what my last camera was, the Canon oh my god, I can't remember what it was. If I remember, I will link it in the description bar, but that one was huge and it was really heavy and it was really hard to maneuver. This one, I chose this camera in specific from the Canon 80D was because the Canon 80D is your standard DSLR camera. This is a DSLR camera, but the standard DSLRs tend to be a little bit more heavy, a little bit more bulky, very hard to not very hard, but it's hard if you are vlogging and you can't afford a second camera. They are very heavy to hold while you're kind of vlogging around. So I got this camera because I thought I could vlog with this camera as well, and I have. It is a little bit lighter than using my previous camera. It's a little bit lighter in weight, so it's a little bit more comfortable on your wrist and your hands and your fingers to kind of vlog with, but it is still big. It's kind of noticeable like when you are vlogging that you are vlogging, because this camera is still pretty big. So the next camera that I am going to get is the Canon 80D. I just really like the crisp quality of the Canon 80D. Although this camera has really good picture quality, I find it really crisp. I mean, you guys have noticed and you guys have given a lot of compliments on this camera. I do want to definitely upgrade in like the next year, because that's just kind of what I want to do. I think once I get the 80D, I might just stick with it for a couple more years and then maybe move on after that. So yeah, you guys are probably wondering, girl, how do you afford to buy a camera every year? Well, I go to the store called, it's a camera store, so I don't go to Best Buy. I go to a camera store here in Toronto. I don't know if they have them anywhere else around the world. It's called Henry's, and they do trade-ins. So you bring in the camera with the box, the accessories, everything that comes with it. Hopefully it's in really good condition, and they will give you money back for your camera to use onto another camera. So that's kind of how I do it. So it saves me a lot of money when I am purchasing my cameras. This camera was about $700 or $800, and I got it for about $500 because I got like $350 off of my previous camera. So that is a nice way to do it if you are trying to save money and you want to try new cameras and get new cameras. Definitely do like trade-ins and see if you can, you know, pay the difference for the camera that you want. So hopefully when I sell this one, or when I trade in this camera, I could probably get the same value or a little bit more, and then I will finally get my Canon 80D. So the Canon 80D is around $1,000. So I could have put the extra money and get the Canon 80D, but I got the Canon Rebel SL3 because I really wanted to have a little bit more for versatility, so I can vlog and do sit-down videos with this camera. So in terms of lenses that I use, so this camera came with a really good lens, really good lens. What I really like about the lens is that the autofocus is pretty quick. It, I think it's like 9 seconds or something like that. I can't remember. I'm not super tech savvy, but definitely watch Think Media. He goes into more detail about it. I do really like the lens that comes with the camera. I find it super crisp. When I'm pretty close, it blurs out the background. Not like super blurred, but when you are in front of the camera, you are in focus and everything kind of has a blur to it. The closer you get to the camera, the more that it blurs out the background. So I like that for that video, in case I wanted to do really close up like makeup tutorials or show you guys my skincare or whatever I'm doing. I find like that lens is really good, and I do like to use it like for other things that I do as well. If I've used it many times to do my haul videos, or the talking portions of my haul videos. So I really like the lens on that camera. So here is the lens that came with the camera. So this is called the kit lens. So meaning that it comes with the kit. It comes with the camera body, it comes with the accessories, it comes with the box, it comes with all of that good stuff. And this is the 18 to 55 milliliter lens, and I really like this lens just because it's like a really good lens to use. I really like this lens. It came with the camera. When I had my previous camera, I did not use the kit lens that came with it. I just didn't like how the picture quality looked on it. I quickly changed the lens to the lens that I'm using now, which is my wide angle lens. So this is the 10 to 18 millimeter lens. So the lens that I'm using right now is a lens that I use for many things, just because you could do a little zoom and zoom out features. And I love this lens for doing my hauls because you can see full body when I'm doing it. So let me show you. This is it, fully widened. You can see me sitting on the chair. And then if I bring it in all the way, then this is how close it gets. But then I just kind of pull it out a little bit to here so that you can still see me and there's like a good distance, because I find when you're doing sit down videos, you don't want to be too close to the camera because you're just kind of like in people's face. Whereas when there's like a good distance between your audience and you, it's just more inviting when you're not too far or too close. And then the last lens that I have is the 24 millimeter lens. I put it back in the box just because I do not use this lens a lot. I got this lens because I thought I was going to be doing a lot of makeup tutorials, a lot of like makeup videos and stuff like that, but I don't. And the good thing about this camera is that it is very close. So if you are doing detailed work, if you want to get into doing makeup, looks, eyeshadow looks, the 24mm lens is really good because it brings you in really close and really focused. And the picture quality is really good with the 24mm lens. So if you are into more detailed work, I find that this is a good lens. But if it's just for everyday vlogging, hauls, that kind of thing, this is not the greatest lens to use. So I know a lot of people want to know as well, does the lens make a difference? Is it the body of the camera? Is it the lens? I find that it is a combination of both, but I do find that the lens makes more of a difference in your picture quality and the quality of your videos more than the body. I quickly learned that once when I had my older camera and I got my wide angle lens. There was such a difference in the quality of my videos when I was using it, but it still wasn't as crisp as I liked it. And once I got this camera, I was like, whoa, it's like night and day. If you look at my videos from maybe a year, 2 years ago, and look at my videos now, you will see the complete difference in picture quality. So I do suggest also investing in a good body, but if you want to keep the body, so let's say you have a Canon 80D, that's a great camera, but you can always invest in more high definition, better quality lenses. So the next thing I have in my arsenal is a mic. I do not use this mic anymore. I just don't like this mic. I don't even know why it's still in here. I actually need to throw this mic out. So there's a lot of things I gotta clear out before I move. So I do want to get the Rode mic, but I don't know if I want to have it attached to my camera or if I want to have a tripod over the top of my head, because sound travels up and the quality audio would just be so much better. Although the audio is good from the camera itself, so that's mainly what I use, is the audio from the camera itself, I do feel like it could be a little bit crisper and I feel like it could just be more fine-tuned. So I'm eventually going to get the Rode mic as well as a tripod so that just everything is just seamless and my audio is so much better. So the next thing I have is this Manfrotto tripod. So it is like a little handheld tripod that is really good for vlogging. I really like this, but I find that when I use this, my hand shakes a lot more. So the stabilization on the camera is not the greatest because when I use this, but when I actually hold the body of the camera, I feel like I have a little bit more control and I find that it's not shaky so much, even though the stabilization is on. So if you don't know what the stabilization is, it kind of helps with any like shakiness while you're walking or while you're moving kind of thing. So it kind of keeps it pretty still. But I do like to use this. I do attach it to my camera when I am vlogging because I find that, you know, when I'm sitting the camera down or, you know, putting it like on top of the car or whatever and vlogging, there is a place for it to actually, for the camera to actually sit on instead of the body of the camera sitting on the ground or a table, that kind of thing. So the next item I have is this light right here. So this, if you are starting off with vlogging, I think that this is a great place to start if you cannot afford a ring light, which I'm using right now. I'll talk about my ring light in a minute. But this is from the brand Neewer, and I feel like Neewer is really popular on Amazon. They have a lot to offer on Amazon, and so I really like this. I picked this up just because I wanted extra lighting. So the idea was that I wanted to have my ring light to give me light in the surrounding perimeter of me, but I also wanted light hitting me directly. So I just attached this to the top of my camera. There's like a little slot where you can attach your mic or any extra lights or anything that you want to attach at the top, and it has like this little base at the bottom to do so. So I was using this before I got my new ring light and it did help. The only thing about this that I do not like is that it dies really quickly. I think it only lasts about 45 minutes and then the battery is dead, which is so not the tea, especially when you are filming or you're filming long videos and then your battery just dies. Like it's not the best thing when you're doing a video because we don't need that. It's better to get any lighting that you can plug into sockets, because that is continuous electricity flowing into your camera equipment, so you don't have to worry about it shutting down and doing all of that stuff. So I wish I read a little bit more about this, because then I wouldn't have picked it up if it only lasted 45 minutes. Because of that, I had to pick up it came with a battery, but it didn't come with the charger. So I had to then go on and buy the battery charging port to put the batteries on that go in the back of the camera, and then you stick this into the USB. So what a lot of tech people are doing now is doing USB-Cs, so which is this little contraption right here that you stick into computers and stuff like that to charge stuff. I don't like that. Just give me a plug that I can stick into a socket and let it charge that way at my convenience. Or when I'm still using the product, it's not going to die on me. So that is why these only last 45 minutes, because they need to be recharged and they go by USB-C. So you have to be really time constrained. Is that the word? Time constraint, whatever, when you are using this type of a product. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is my ring light. So I'm gonna insert some footage of what the ring light looks like. So this is by the brand Mount Dog, and I picked it up on Amazon. This is an 18-inch ring light, so it is quite big, and I like this because it gives me a lot of lights on my left and the right of me and at the top, so there's not any dark shadows, which I just don't like. I don't like dark shadows when I am filming my content, because it just doesn't look bright, it doesn't look inviting. So you always want to pay attention to what your lighting looks like for really committing to keeping that product. But what I also really liked about this is that my camera fits perfectly in the middle. Before, I had to get a separate tripod for my camera and then have my ring light on a separate tripod behind my camera to like give the lighting and, you know, have everything look really well. But with this, I just literally have my ring light, I have it attached to my camera. It's perfect. I don't have to worry about having like 1700 gits and gadgets hanging around. It just makes everything so easy and functional for me to use, which is awesome. So I have two soft boxes as well. They are already, I can't show you them because I've already wrapped them up and packaged them up for the move. So I will link soft boxes down below. Soft boxes, what they essentially do is they diffuse the harsh light that's coming in from your ring light. So that's kind of what it does. And it also, you put them on the sides of you so it evens out and balances out your lighting. They're a really good thing to have, but they're so huge, and I don't have an extra room, and I won't be having an extra room where I could just have my entire camera set up in that room and not really have to move it around and touch it too much. So that's the downfall about not having a space for your camera equipment, is that essentially it will just really be everywhere, to be honest. Like, it'll be everywhere. So I just packed that away, put that away neatly, because I found that like I didn't really need it as much, and I just thought it was taking up like a lot of space. So another major thing that you are going to need if you are getting into YouTube, editing, photography, whatever it is a external hard drive. You're definitely going to need one of these, because your computer will crash if you put these large video files on your actual desktop. So get an external hard drive so that you can put all of your raw video footage and your edited video footage on your external hard drive. So I just actually picked this one up. I have maximized the space on my first external hard drive, which was 1 terabyte. You know what space 1 terabyte is? So I have maxed out that space. I've had to delete videos twice to make room, and I was just like, okay, no, this is enough. I'm just getting a new one. So I just decided to get a new one. This is the 2 terabyte external hard drive. So hopefully this lasts me much longer. So you just plug it into your laptop, you create your folders, and you just store your footage on here. I think the next one I'm probably gonna get is the 5 terabyte, which is expensive. It's like $150. But if you are really into your YouTube or whatever you're doing, you're gonna have to invest in what you're doing. So definitely get your hands on an external hard drive. I'm almost done. 2 more things that I need to talk to you guys about, and one is SD cards. So they're obviously very important because where you're gonna put your footage and how it's gonna get exported, so you need external hard drives. I have 2, so this is the 32 gigabyte. This only holds, I think, like an hour or an hour and a half of footage, so it's not the greatest. This is what I was using for the longest time, and it was very annoying when I was filming. It would just cut off. It said the card is full because I just didn't have enough space. So if you're not doing, like if you're filming like 2 videos, make sure, I think you can only film probably like 2 videos in one of these cards, and that's pretty much it. The SD card that I'm using right now is a 64 gigabyte, and it holds about 5 to 6 hours of footage. So I mainly use that one because it holds more storage. I could put more things on it. I don't think I've ever gotten to the point where it was like full. Oh no, I did one time, and then I had to just swap it out for the 32. But generally speaking, it holds up. It's really good. I think they do have higher ones like 104 gigabytes, that kind of thing. I think my next SD card is probably going to be that large, like 80 something to like 100, just because, you know, I'd rather just hold more storage and do that kind of thing. And then the last final thing that I picked up, this has been long, this right here. So I picked up a microphone and a pop socket. Is that what it's called? Pop filter and a mic, both of which I picked up from Amazon. This mic is called the Maono, and this has really good reviews, and this is a newer pop filter. And it's really good as well. The reason why I picked this up, this is really good if you are starting a podcast or if you do voiceovers, that kind of thing. This is really, really good. I found that when I was doing my voiceovers before, that it wasn't smooth. It was very like choppy, not choppy, but it was very harsh, I found, when I was doing my voiceovers, whereas this is just more seamless. It doesn't sound so hard. So I really, really like this. And what's nice about this is that when you put in your headphones, you can actually hear yourself with like the buttons here to actually hear yourself as you're recording, which is really, really good. So I really like that feature. And then what the pop socket, I keep calling it a pop socket, the pop filter does is that it softens the voice when you speak, so which is really good. So if I just use this, it would sound a little bit more harsh, but the pop filter helps soften the sound while you are using it. Whew. Okay guys, that is it. I hope that this was helpful. I hope it wasn't super overwhelming. If you guys have any questions about it, just let me know in the description and I will help you out. I will also put Think Media's, their YouTube channel, down below because they explain it so much better. I am not like a super tech person, but I am into it. Funny enough, it's like I'm really into the gits and the gadgets of all the techie stuff. So yeah, this is what I use currently as a micro influencer, as a growing influencer. This is kind of the equipment that I use, but I'm always looking to upgrade and better my quality so that you guys get to enjoy my videos more and I enjoy making them for you. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.